Test 1, 2. At long last, the Loons have migrated back up north. Playing on home soil for the first time this year, MNUFC2 hosts the 2024 champions, North Texas SC. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Philip Galati. For the Loons, they enter tonight with a taste of revenge after besting Rapids 2 last time out. The same team that knocked them out in the Western Conference Finals last year. Head coach Fernando Adi saying this time they weathered the storm. Not overcommitting in midfield and keeping cool when they won back the ball. As for North Texas, it's 2 straight shootout victories for the club, currently sitting in 4th as we take a look at the starting 11 for both sides. For MNUFC2, it's a 5-back system. As for North Texas, 4 at the back, led by 2 prolific wingers up top. Edu Nice on the right with 6 goals to his name. Natty James with 4. In the middle, Christopher Salazar getting his first MLS Next Pro start of the season. Just about time to get underway. North Texas wearing the white, MNUFC2 the black and blue. For MNUFC2, they have some work to do in the table, and with this 5 at the back system, it's going to be a little different in terms of how they experiment without the ball. Last time out against Colorado Rapids 2, they managed to get the 2-1 victory. Marcus Caldera scoring 2 goals in 2 minutes, the first time he found the back of the net since scoring a hat trick in the season opener. As for that Rapids 2 game, the same team that knocked MNUFC2 out in the Western Conference Final last year, it was how they played without the ball, said head coach Fernando Adi. They welcomed the pressure. They invited the opposition in before striking, countering quickly and effectively. Learning to be comfortable without the ball is going to be a big thing for this squad in 2026. And then they've started to make the most of it when they do have possession. As for North Texas SC, head coach John Gall, the word for this year is determined. A big word, he says, and he wants to put this club back on the map after winning in 2024, lifting that coveted MLS Next Pro Cup. They want to go back to the final, and they've started well on their way, already in 4th place on the Young campaign. They have 2 fantastic goal scorers up top at the back. It's been a pretty consistent back 4 that have limited chances from opposition, but now it's about closing out results. The last 2 games for the visitors going to penalty kicks. North Texas did win both shootouts back-to-back. Their other shootout this season was the season opener against Real Monarchs on the road, which they lost the extra point. So it will be North Texas on the left side of your screen, MNUFC2 on the right. The center official tonight, in the yellow kit, the man with the whistle is Stephen Foster. The first meeting between these 2 sides in 2026. They will meet again, not next week, but the week after on May 9th. Right here at National Sports Center Stadium. Referee with One final check. And the ball is rolling. So good to be back home for this MNU FC2 side, said head coach Fernando Adi. Never easy playing on the road, especially in this league with the talent on hand. Managing, of course, the workload of players, the lactic acid in the muscles, spending time on planes and buses. And so, again, the big emphasis for this home side is weathering the storm, sustaining the pressure and not panicking when the other team sees more of the ball, but they've got it here now as the flag goes up early. Marcus Caldera testing the back line, getting back to scoring ways. As a true number 9, the best form of confidence is, of course, putting the ball in the back of the net. And it had been a few games since he had done that, as he wonderfully intercepts a back pass and carries it into the box, cutting it across, wide open at the back post, and somehow blocked. Darius Randall arriving late. Angle was robbed of him right at the last second, as now Contreras takes it the other direction. Ospina. Searching ball to the far side, and there's acres of space over there. Contreras making the run at the back post. This one will go out for a corner kick. So with that 3/5 at the back for MNUFC2, they have to be careful in the channels, especially with the verticality and the speed of this North Texas side. So difficult to play against once they turn up the heat on the wings. Newman. Starnes, the anchor point of the back line. And there is a little bit of flexibility there for the visitors as well. Fluidity, players moving around as right on cue, Natty James and Edounis swap spots. Just keeps the defenders guessing. Fitz forced back. Ferris all the way back to Christos Bita. The Latvian, just 19 years of age. Played in the top flight in his home country, already 3,000 minutes in his young professional career. Also represented Latvia 10 times at the U19 level, including European qualifiers against some big names like Italy, France, and Spain. Switch over hit for Jadon Bernard, making his first start of the season. Another academy man on this MNUFC2 back line. Anderson Ferris, 18 years of age, academy product. That was the goal for this year, was to create a spine of academy players with some veteran experience peppered in. Here's Dang, the Texan. Austin native. Fitz striding forward. Now given a lot more space. Fitz will take it himself inside. Looking to uncork one and blocked again. Contreras in front, falls kindly to Caldera. Fitz once again. It's a lovely idea. Needs one more touch at the back post and cleared away. Once again, Darius Randall making the late run. Right place, but out of time. Low cross easily dealt with. 5 minutes down. Minnesota assuredly on the front foot. Fitz probing once again. Has Ferris with him to his left. Ferris just overhitting that a tad. Minnesota keeping numbers forward, forcing North Texas to play out of the back and under duress as they win the throw. We'll take another look at that most recent opportunity for Randall. And again, he gets goal side of his defender, just doesn't get great contact on it. There may have been a late touch from the sliding challenge, just enough to put the Liberian off his stride. Towering header, but not a convincing one. Vigilante onside, goalwards and tipped over. Sam Vigilante, the Austin, Texas native, recycling the ball, and then it bended toward the goal mouth. One more time, you can see he's onside. Plenty of space. Elects to go first time. May not have been trying to pick out that back post, but that's exactly where it was headed. Eric Demora called into action for the first time. Demora still in the hunt for his first clean sheet of the season. One of the best goalkeepers in the NCAA last year with Duke. That his 20th save of the campaign. More high press from the host, and it's worked out. Throw taken quickly. Threaded through nicely. Randall will keep it in touch and go to work. Flip flap. Clever idea as the fans show their support. And a miscommunication leads to a corner. Lovely bit of skill there from Arias Randall. Scored the lone goal in a win over SKC2 a few weeks back. Signed as an MLS homegrown in May of 2025, the 4th homegrown player in club history. To the back post and back in front, straight up, not once but twice. Bernard at the top of the key, rips one toward goal. And it did take a deflection. Well, it has been one-way traffic thus far. Exactly the start that Coach Fernando Adi was hoping for. Into the mixer. Away from the 6. Percoda. Right back into danger, and again, the goalkeeper nearly forced an action. Didn't touch it this time around. A lot of crosses thus far, but North Texas doing well to win their aerial battles. Still, those clearances not going as far as they need to, as that one just sliced a little bit wide. Starnes asking for support. I'll ask the question with the ball over the top. North Texas didn't have it for very long there. It's a big switch to go from letting a team dominate the tempo of a match last week out. Taking your chances when you have them for MNUFC 2 versus the start they've had thus far tonight. Plenty of space on the far side. And again, Rendella's at the back post if he can be picked out. Instead it was toward Caldera and instead by Starnes. What do the hosts have in their locker this time around? A swinging ball and a diving header away. That's the clearance that North Texas need. Second ball delivered in and headed down. Nobody on the end of it. Again, the visitors doing just enough in the air. But once they put the ball on the ground, once they progress past midfield, North Texas can really set things alight. Contreras has to play it first time. The foul called. Smart there from Edenis just to invite the challenge in. Saw a second defender as well on his right shoulder. Just used his body in between the ball and the man. That's what the players learn from a very early age. It's much harder to do in practice with the physicality at this level. Look how high MNUFC 2 are. Excellent ball threaded through. Edenis chopping it back. Staying on his dominant right foot. And then Contreras' cross. Stopped on a dime. Cleared out for a corner kick. That's exactly what we mentioned a second ago. The ability for North Texas to play quickly when they have possession, especially in the middle of the park. MNUFC 2 were seeing so much of the ball. Everybody was up in the opposition half. Training ground play. Nice waits for the underlap, but keeps it himself. Whipped in and too high. Edenis, the real conduit of the North Texas attack. 6 goals in 7 games and an assist as well. That sort of goal-scoring form is no stranger to him. Last year, 16 goals, 5 assists in 18 matches. With the University of Illinois Chicago, was named the MVC Player of the Year in 2025. Chopping tackle at midfield. Might not be enough in it for a yellow, but certainly a foul. Luciano Pacoda drawing the challenge. This portion of the match is brought to you by the experts at Alina Health, an altogether better kind of healthcare. Learn more at alinahealth.org. Fitz will heave this one forward. Again, both the duels won by the visitors, but unable to settle the second ball. Pass inviting Nick Dang forward. Shares the well to the far side. once again playing creator. Randall, first touch let him down, but the offside flag goes up anyways. Seeing a lot of these Route 1 passes and how direct these teams want to go. Some teams want to build through the middle. They want to connect the passes, see through the lines, find the gaps. Other times you bypass the low block and the mid block, especially by just going long. Doesn't always come off, but when it does, the counter is on. Referee waves play on. Caldera continues the run. Instead, back for Fitz. Tried to find Caldera and blocked before it could get there. And how about the work there by Diego Garcia to get out of trouble? Now North Texas on the prowl. Hattie James making the run into the area. Leaves it behind. Gets it right back to the byline and squared. Moved along and volleyed over. How quick was the passing there for North Texas? Hattie James taking a few touches just to get to the end line, but every other player, 1 or 2 touches. Difficult from that angle on a bouncing ball. Try and get over the top of it, but just leaning back on the strike there.
Yellow card caution, injured to North Texas SC, number 12, Jonah Wigger.
We saw the advantage on the last attack for MNUFC 2. Referee has brought it back for the reckless challenge by Jonah Bigart. It's the first caution already of the night. There was a law change a few years ago by IFAB that advantage is always played, but it's only a yellow card if it's considered unsporting behavior, such as a reckless challenge like that one. Randall on the curler! Nearly picked out that top right corner, and the referee says corner kick. John Gall didn't think it took a touch, the head coach for North Texas. Ferris all the way up from the back. How about the vision from the center half? It's a back heel it behind. Randall trying to curl it around his mark, and it looks like it may have just taken the slightest of touches over the bar. Fifth corner kick already for the hosts. Compared to just one for the visitors, they've all had roughly the same result. Someone has to bring it down, and Natty James does. And Natty James has some wheels. Didn't like the track laid out in front of him that time. James with 6 goals and 21 caps for the Soccer Warriors. Trinidad and Tobago national team. Caldera, lovely little move. And a great ball. If Randall can get there, just about does. Couldn't keep possession. Now Nice. Both wingers for North Texas dropping way back. Hungry for the ball. Creating that overload in the middle of the park. It'll force Contreras to drive. Poor touch. Gets a lucky bounce and a good pass from Garcia. The most appeared man in North Texas club history, Diego Garcia. Set the record on the season opener against Real Monarchs. Here is Natty James. He's got room to run if he wants it. Instead plays the overlap, but it's too heavy for Leonardo Gonçalves. Caldera, lovely ball with the outside of his right boot. Now Darius Randall one-on-one. What can he create? Sliding challenge came in, and it's wonderfully executed. The ball won clean and fair. High risk, high reward defending. And now look at the space. If Natty James can switch it. Now it's a perfect tackle instead. Philip Tarnu. Still going Tarnu. Wants it himself and was a long way out. Well, sometimes you see defenders get a full steam of confidence after making a tackle. Randall with some confidence on the nutmeg. Shrugs off his defender, squares it in front. Saved by Demora. Caldera didn't get enough sauce on it. Now the strength of Darius Randall just pushing Enzo Newman out of the way. We've seen some very clever footwork on both sides of midfield. Some real creators on this pitch tonight. So fun to watch. You have wingers that are willing to drive at defenders, make something happen, take risks. Of course, it's always a gamble, but when it pays off, it's marvelous. Randall creates the space to win the second. Fitz now. Pushing forward. Caldera told to turn and does. Caldera wanted it himself and then forced the pass in the end. Maybe in real trouble here. Ospina did enough. How quickly are MNUFC 2 onto North Texas as soon as the ball is lost in their final third. The hosts bring in the heat at the midway point of the first half. Philip Galati with you on MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Action-packed Sunday on match week 8. Nice found a pocket. Finds Contreras in turn. Back for Edu Nice. Shifting, shuffling, stifled. Randall. Urged on by the home support. Said it's the quick feet of Enzo Newman to get there. Enzo Newman back healthy once again. Been a pivotal part of this North Texas back line. 5th start of the season. Tore his ACL last year after 4 appearances early on in the campaign back in April. Back to full health and lost none of that elusiveness and quick step off the mark. Garcia. Nice once again. Nice lining up as a winger, but he's really played more as a false nine, allowing Contreras to get forward. Even maybe as deep as a 10, Edouard Nice. Just in the amount of time he's getting on the ball and the passes he's making. We may not see him run into open space in the final third as much, but rest assured, if it happens, the hosts are in danger. But the hosts are on the front foot now. Here's Caldera. Option to his right, and Jacob Friedman. Step over, a shimmy onto his right. It's a perfect ball. And maybe for the first time tonight, Darius Randall wasn't there. Managed to pick it back up and tackled by Newman. Salazar upended unfairly. This portion of the match is brought to you by Allianz Life Insurance Company of North America. proud worldwide insurance partner of the International Olympic and Paralympic Committees. Elsewhere in the league, Chicago and Orlando currently scoreless. CT United and Philadelphia Union 2 deadlocked at 1 apiece. And 2 former champions square off in a half hour's time. 2025 Cup winners Rebel New York 2. 2022 Cup winners Columbus Crew 2. All the action, of course, on MLSNextPro.com and the OneFootball app. Ferris. Vigilante. Friedman. Onto his left. Brave header in the way. That one may leave a mark in the morning. Nice now all the way on that left side. Natty James has taken up his spot in the center of the park. You see that fluidity we mentioned earlier again from North Texas SC. It takes a real understanding for players to be able to move around and occupy different positions, not only of the responsibilities in that spot, but also of where their teammates are relative to their new home. When can they press? When can they step? When can they dive in? Or rather, when can they not? It takes a fair bit of chemistry and something that is built over the course of the season. Can only match week 8 in MLS Next Pro, but already North Texas up into 4th place in the Western Conference. Caldera does enough to get it to Randall. Forced wide and awaiting reinforcements. Fitz. 35 yards out, had half a mind to try his luck. Instead, swept in, and DeMoro, through contact, will claim. Takes a hard fall, and you can hear John Gall on the touchline asking for a yellow card. Of course, safety always the priority for the referee, protecting the players, and goalkeepers defenseless once they go airborne. Is it careless or is it reckless? That's the delineation versus a foul or a yellow card. That's a tough one. It doesn't look like Vigilante has eyes for the goalkeeper. He's trying to back out of the challenge, and there's just some errant contact there. It's certainly a hard fall. It's a difficult one for the referee to make a decision on there. How about Fitz leading the pressure all the way from midfield? And he's done enough to win it back for his side. Here's Vigilante, blocked once again. Every window of daylight that MNUFC 2 have had, it has been shut on them at the very last second. Not a moment too late for North Texas. Here's Nice with a good ball, and just beyond the run of Christopher Salazar. So since the opening 10-15 minutes or so of Minnesota domination, it has leveled out a little bit more, especially on the quick break. North Texas starting to flex their muscle a bit. MNUFC 2 were more than doubling the passes from open play for North Texas in the first 15 minutes. Now it's the visitors with the slight advantage. Big momentum shift, but still 10 shots to 1 for Minnesota. Dominating in the final third, but yet to make their mark. Hops into the path of Randall. Back for Bernard. Great confidence from the youngster to whip one in. And it was so close for Caldera. Immediately Bernard tracking all the way back. Just the finest of margins. That is keeping this a scoreless contest, especially for the hosts. Seen a number of blocks. Eric Demora has made a couple good saves. And then a handful of crosses that have just been off the mark by a foot or two. Now Edu against the grain. Can North Texas open this one up? Excellent opportunity here. Back towards Nice, and in front was Nick Dang. The run just made a tad late there. Edu had a lot of ground to cover. As the flag goes up once again. A little bit of confusion on the restart, but it looks like the referee has reminded the players it was offside. Again, very measured buildup from the back from MNUFC 2. Much more back and forth affair in the first few passages or so. But again, in the final third, their production has started to surge, and maybe a chance for that breakthrough now. Caldera showing short. Instead, it's crossed to the back post, and a brave header away by Newman. Reese Rendell wanted a half second more to get goal side. How many late runs has he made tonight? Getting there at just the right moment to be able to make an impact. At this rate, it won't be long until he gets his goal. Scarves waving by the corner flag. This one's sent right into the middle. Pinballed around for a second there. Haven't seen a corner played short. For the hosts, the one that the visitors had was a training ground play, but didn't amount to anything. Numbers in the box. Caldera, one of them, marked closely by Starnes. That one almost under hit. Ferris did well, so too Vigilante. Could have been a devastating counter. Instead, MNUFC 2 continued to boss the ball. Fitz, can he find the pass? May try and take it himself, and robbed of possession. One-time passing unlocks North Texas out of the back. Give and go is on. Natty James threads it through. Contreras forced to drift wide as Bernard pokes it out. It was a great find from Natty James. May have just overhit it a tad. You saw how Jaden Contreras had to bend his run to the outside a little bit. Took away the angle, allowed the defender to come across to cover. Caldera now plays the ball in front of his defender. And makes the overlapping run to the outside. Caldera, inside out. Looking for Randall, and Randall checked to the ball. Not quite on the same wavelength for the hosts. Caldera, a goal scorer through and through, in the words of his head coach, Fernando Adi. Haven't seen a lot of chances for him to strike at goal. Been much more of a creator tonight. 5 goals to his name on the season. No assists just yet. Earlier in the year, head coach Fernando Adi said they wanted to keep Marcus Caldera in the box more, but again, more of that creator tonight. This portion of the match is brought to you by Target. Target is here for the love of the Loons. Caldera again forced to be the transition man and does well. Player went down off the ball, and it was a bit of an odd one in the end. Minnesota wanted a foul. Jacob Friedman was on the ground. Not a super physical contest thus far, just one yellow card. Come to think of it, only really been maybe 3 or 4 fouls. North Texas want to counter once again. This is where they're best. Contreras spots the switch, but underhit it. Tried to loft the ball up by scooping underneath it. Just scrubbed a little bit too much of the ground. Philadelphia have scored a second against CT United. Union 2 taking the lead in a hotly contested Eastern Conference thus far. That moves them up to 5th as of now. Great ball behind by Gonçalves. Numbers arriving for the cross as the shot is blocked. Too many bodies back for the host as Contreras leaves it off. Back out to the far side. Knees showing short. Looking for the right pass and couldn't find it. Now Caldera. Clean tackle. Falls kindly for Friedman. And he'll push it forward, if only for a moment. For the Western Conference, 6 teams currently on 10 points. MNUFC 2, one of them, up in 6th place. A win would push them all the way up to 4th. Houston Dynamo and St. Louis City, 2 dominant at the top with 20 and 19 points apiece. Both undefeated. 4 on 3 for North Texas. And UFC 2 get numbers back. Now the visitors doing a little bit of a better job winning the second ball in the final third. Trying to recycle things and keep it alive. Slowly building toward the right direction for North Texas. Bernard once again. Vigilante. Look how quickly the hosts get numbers back. And Eunice won't care. He's trying to slalom his way through. Goes over. Referee has a think and will now blow the whistle. Stephen Foster thought for a long while there as whether to give advantage. Didn't see a clear one. As a North Texas fan, that's what they love about Eunice. Sees 7-8 shirts in front of him and doesn't put him off his stride one bit. Tries to find the best lane and release when possible. This is a very high line from Minnesota. Contreras purposely offside. Sent to the back post. James underneath it and then just stumbled trying to track it in the air. It's a clever little set piece there from North Texas. You leave a player offside, and then when the ball is played in like that, suddenly they're onside for that second pass. But since they were so far off at first, nobody picks them up. All Natty James had to do was get it back into the danger area. Set pieces, of course, a big emphasis in the modern game. Last 5, maybe even 10 years, a lot of teams hiring set piece specialists, trying to make the most of free kicks and corner kicks. Haven't seen very many promising ones tonight. Pacoda. Bernard. Randall. Ferris. Vigilante with the one-time ball. More quick ball movement from the hosts. Chopping challenge comes in. It's out for a corner kick via Timothy Ospina. Ospina, one of many North Texas homegrowns, joining the FC Dallas Academy all the way back in 2015 with the U15s. Played 3 years of college ball before coming back. What an incredible academy that FC Dallas have built. Another homegrown player, Nolan Norris, scoring last night for the first team in MLS. That proven path to pro from MLS Next Pro and the academies of these Major League Soccer clubs. Just incredible for the growth of this game. That one is a corner kick. Yes, it is. The corner's continuing to pile up here for MNU FC2. Make that now 8-1. The league average is 5 a match, nearly doubling it in the first half alone. To the back post, and the flag goes up again. Ten shots to 2 for MNUFC2. 2 of those on target, though. Efficiency lacking just a little bit, but again, full credit to the North Texas back line for how well they've defended. They're allowing some half spaces in behind, but closing down those spaces just in time to block multiple of those shots. As the referee says, Marcus Caldera had a little bit of a high arm challenging for that one. Maybe the last chance of the first half will go to the visitors. Nervy moment on the back pass. Freeman providing the pressure. Timora forced skyward. Harris bravely in and will get the call. Assistant referee was right on top of it. And no additional time in this one. Scoreless after 45 minutes. MNUFC 2 in the driver's seat in the final third, but it remains locked at zeros. Coming up in our halftime show, one of the best young stars in MLS traces his soccer roots after this brief timeout.
Yeah, boys hear sentiment, flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still staying ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best, can't rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions, trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next, just wanna know what's next. Man, I say it so loud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now. Oh yes, man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
Welcome back. Wednesday night, Julian Hall scored the first goal in a wild match for the Red Bulls. After helping Red Bulls 2 to the MLS Next Pro Cup Championship last season, let's track the remarkable journey of this rising star.
Julian Hall, remember the name. It's that man again, Julian Hall. His goal, it goes in. Mehmedi, has he broken through here? Mehmedi across, Hall! Swinging ball towards the back post, it goes! Opening goal for Red Bull New York, Julian Zakrzewski Hall!
Born in Manhattan, New York, Julian Hall found the game the same way a lot of kids in this city do.
I first kind of started playing soccer when I was around 4 years old. I would play a lot wherever I could, if it was a field near my apartment or wherever I could, basically. And I just remember, falling in love with the game and wanting to play as much as I can. There's a main place I would play. It's pretty popular in Manhattan. It's called Pier 40, and a lot of people go there. That's where I played with Manhattan Kickers. It's kind of where I really started to realize I really wanted to play soccer seriously and maybe make it professionally.
That love for the game turned into an opportunity, a move into one of the top academies in the country.
Julian came into our system at U14. I think he played about 3 or 4 games with the U14s. I was a U15 coach at the time, so I was observing those games, and you could see straight away he was a special talent. So he quickly got moved up an age group to play with the U15s that season. Made an instant impact with the older age groups.
The level changed quickly, and so did the expectations.
I was very excited to come in and show my ability, and I was playing with my age and I was playing a year up, and the intensity was a different level, I would say, from what I've ever played at that point in my life. So yeah, no, it's an amazing experience.
Chimueno scored off the bench against Seattle, and Julian Hall with the breakthrough! The Golden Boot leader rises to the occasion, and we've got an electric finish here in the U15 final.
He's one of those players that can get you up off your feet. Like, He's direct, he can take players on, he can score goals from inside the box, outside the box in really different ways. And, you know, it would always amaze you how he would find goals in the game.
The next step brought a new set of challenges.
That was the biggest jump for me, going from academy to professional football. The intensity, the physicality, the football, it was all quicker than anything I had experienced before. And, you know, I just thought I did a good job of staying level-headed and not being discouraged about little things.
Working to the midfield, now Gonzalez entering the box, across and a goal! Julian Hall puts the Red Bulls 2 on the board.
I was lucky to be coached by Ibrahim Sakaya, and Bradley Wright Phillips was there a lot of the time as well. They did a good job of helping me progress and helping me not get discouraged and keep going every single day and working hard. The coaching staff really, you know, mended me very well.
Like he's always striving to try and get better at something within within games and training. And then, you know, why he adapts well, he's a natural goal scorer.
For Julian, it was about staying level and keeping the work the same.
When you go to a professional environment, if you're doing the most amount of work and you're clearly working harder than everyone else, it stands out to a lot of people, and that can be something that separates you from everyone else. If you're a hard worker, that could get you to a lot of places, and I think that's just something that established me when I first came into the first team.
That work and mentality has paid off with the fast start this season.
We're really happy with the way that he's moving himself forward. He has taken the ideas and has really shown that he is picking things up. Obviously, there's the attacking part, his ability to find chances, his ability to take balls on the move, to dribble, to go by guys, run in the box. The part that goes with it is how much work he does for us against the wall, how much pressing, how much sprinting, how much chasing, how much work he does to really make the game difficult on the other team. And so we're really, really happy with the progress that he's made. We're gonna continue to push him.
As he continues to grow, so does the chemistry with his teammates around him.
I've known Julian for a very long time now. I see the way he works in training. I'm getting to know him more and more, obviously, as we play together on and off the field. And then when I step onto the field, I know where he's gonna be on the field, what his positioning is like, where he wants the ball, left foot, right foot. And we're kind of growing that connection, which has been going in a really good way, and hopefully, you know, to grow that connection even more.
Mehmeti, has he broken through here? Mehmeti across, Hall! 2-0!
I think it's just the trust with the coaching staff. Coach Michael, he's done a great job with us during preseason and putting trust in me to start the first couple games. It's a lot of credit to him for putting his belief in me. Obviously, I have to go out there and perform to the best of my ability, and thankfully I've got a couple goals so far. The goal is to keep progressing throughout the season.
Talent and work ethic have helped Julian's dreams come true faster than even he could have predicted.
I've always dreamt of becoming a professional soccer player, but I never really expected it to happen so fast, to be honest. You know, earlier that year, I was still just playing academy, and I was progressing well, but I never thought it would lead to signing a contract later that year. So it's kind of a lesson there just to be ready for anything, and anything can happen very, very quickly. You really just have to put your all into whatever you're doing, and things can happen. I think a big thing is just self-belief, because when I was playing in MLS Next, I was signing a contract later that season. I had no idea. I did not have a plan on signing that year. That was not in my plan at all. I think like things like that can come from just you doing as much as you can, and things will just happen by itself, you know? As long as you're working hard and giving 100% every single day, you know, like good things will happen. And, you know, thankfully things came to me that year, and, you know, you gotta be grateful and you gotta use it as much as you can to your abilities.
Welcome back. Scoreless first half between Minnesota United FC2 and North Texas SC. What an incredible story with Julian Hall and what he's been able to do in Major League Soccer and MLS Next Pro as well. A flurry of chances in that first half. Again, deadlocked at the break as we look around to the upcoming schedule in MLS Next Pro. Ventura County FC and the Town kick off the weekend at 10 o'clock Eastern. Meanwhile, North Texas will play in-state foe Austin FC 2, Philadelphia Union 2. Currently with a 2-1 lead over CT United. We'll play the defending champions on Sunday night. All of those matches available on MLSnextpro.com and the OneFootball app. As for the recent scores around the league, Crown Legacy falling in the shootout to Carolina Core despite a late equalizer from the spot to force the PK shootout. Orlando City getting the last laugh from 12 yards, though, beating Carolina Core 6-5 in their own shootout as Dynamo Dos remain undefeated atop the Western Conference with a staggering 20 points to their name with a 1-0 win over Real Monarchs. Dynamo 2 conceding 1 goal all year long. Let's take a look at the halftime highlights from the opening 45 minutes in this one. Again, MNUFC 2 with 10 shots to North Texas's 2. Only a couple of those on target. Haven't been great chances as North Texas have been able to plug things up at the back. Like this challenge against Darius Randall. He thinks he has an open goal at the last second. It's ripped away from him. And Don Bernard playing it through for Sam Vigilante, looping towards the goal and tipped over the bar by Eric Demora. Still in the hunt for his first clean sheet of the campaign. He didn't touch this one, though. Certainly looked close. And the other way, Edu Nice, the main creator, as Matty James went to the byline, pulled it back, and then the half volley was always rising. Darius Randall got the nutmeg and got to the byline as well. Marcus Caldera with probably the best chance of the match for what would have been his 6th goal of the season. Instead saved by Demora. All right, one more break. When we come back, the second half between MNUFC 2 and North Texas.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
Almost time to get underway. Once again, Phil Galati with you on MLSnextpro.com and the OneFootball app. North Texas and Minnesota facing off for the first time in 2026. They'll be right back here in 2 weeks' time. This first half started all Minnesota, especially the first 15 to 20 minutes or so. North Texas finding the lion's share of their possession on the fast break. Can they dominate a little bit more of the tempo in this second half? Shall wait and see. Word for Minnesota this year for head coach Fernando Adi was intensity. We've seen that so far tonight, especially the way they're going into challenges, the 50-50 duels, and then the way they keep numbers forward in the final third, pressing the ball, putting North Texas under duress as soon as they recover possession. Players like Jaden Contreras, Diego Garcia, Timothy Ospina immediately with 2 or 3 bodies on them as soon as they get the ball played to feet. And they've done very well, the one-touch passing, unlocking things out of the back for the visitors. Now it's about converting that at the other end. Again, two very prolific goal scorers in MLS Next Pro on this North Texas side. Natty James with 4 and Eunice with 6. Eunice, of course, tied for the MLS Next Pro Golden Boot with Rodolfo Aloco and Fasa Berchimas, both of Crown Legacy. Marcus Caldera hot on their heels with 5 to his name. It was North Texas's Sam Sarver that captured the award last year. Rather, was the MLS Next Pro MVP, second in the Golden Boot race, dominated almost all year, and lost it right in the last day to Chicago's Jason Shukaluk. But offense, no problem for either of these sides. It has instead rather been the defensive pressure for both teams. Looking elsewhere around the league, Dynamo Dos, again, stay undefeated, conceding just their second goal of the year to SKC2 in a 2-1 victory. Philadelphia wrap up all 3 points on the road against CT United FC. Chicago and Orlando have just started their second half. Chicago with the 2-0 advantage, as New York and Crew 2 have kicked off. So too have St. Louis City 2, Ventura County. With even more action on the way, Whitecaps Colorado at 7, Tacoma and LAFC 2 at 11 Eastern. Again, all those matches available on MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. If you're just joining us here, though, it's North Texas on the right side of your screen in the white, MNUFC 2 on the left in the black and blue. One yellow card to Jonah Bigger. Center half for North Texas, South Carolina native. Played his college ball in his home state with the University of South Carolina. Second on the team in assists. Started every match except one this year. And it will be Minnesota's kick as Mr. Brightside takes us out. Darius Randall, whom we saw so much of in that first half, will get the ball rolling in the second. Bit of a nervy start to the second half. The ball spending a lot of time in that middle third and just kind of pinballing between players. It's an unchanged starting 11 for both head coaches. Full confidence in their players. But especially with the high press of Minnesota, having that sort of fitness for 90 minutes is very difficult to do. Gonsalves forward now. And the square ball is a poor one. Gonçalves signed after playing in Brazil just about a month ago to the day. Great ball forward. Now Minnesota have numbers. Excellent stop by Eric Demora. Don Bernard on the underlapping run falls to his knees. Can't believe that he hasn't scored. Had all the time to pick his spot, but in the end, it's a decent effort. Just a really good save. Couple bodies went down in the area. Play goes on. First time shot right at Demora. It's another shot on target after a 9th corner kick for Minnesota. North Texas only have one. Here's Edonis now. Makes his move onto his left. The cutback blocked. Lovely patient passing from the visitors. Garcia, the beneficiary. Nice with the quick feet. Ball dancing on the paint. It's inbound, but now the other way with the hosts. Freeman trying to flex his speed. Jonah Bigger is there first. Long throw from Nick Dang. He's done well to get into the box from there. Falls right back to him. Has to use his feet this time. Randall on the first time shot. Goodness me, what a goal that would have been. Did ever so well. That ball came at him with some real speed. He just delays his run and then steps back into it. Tries to just swipe across it almost with the instep of his foot. The ball had so much speed coming into him, it was always going over the bar. Brave tackle by Vigilante. Fitz pulling it back. Caldera whiffed on the back heel. It was a prime opportunity to set up his teammate. Couldn't connect behind his back. Nice goes down after a hard challenge from Philip Tarnu. Was contesting the ball, but may have just had his arms raised dangerously there. A little bit different look to the second half for North Texas. How many bodies they're getting forward on the ball and players keeping it for longer. John Gall, the head coach, just switching things up. Told us earlier this week he's always looked at this game as a challenge. Certainly been challenged here on the road. Cut back, wide open attempt. Blocked right in front. Leandro Gonçalves was there trying to guide it into that far post. Body in the way. Half-hearted appeals for handball as well. It didn't look like anything at first glance. Gonçalves going over and a free kick. This could be very dangerous for the visitors. James and Nice both over it. It will be the former in-swinging ball. Goalkeeper didn't get there. It's given as a goal kick. Kaistas Bita was making the decision to come out for it. One of his teammates down after the play. Looks like Sam Vigilante, and that's a big collision. Vigilante was tracking the ball in the air and crashed into by his goalkeeper, trying to be brave. Vigilante looking to be awake and alert, which is always a good sign, especially after a scary moment like that. Vigilante, the Austin native, played his college ball with Princeton. Scored the opening goal of last year's Ivy League championship game, the first time the Tigers won the regular and postseason in the same year. An incredible run they had before being knocked out in a huge upset in the NCAA tournament by Eric DeMora's Duke. The goalkeeper at the opposite end of the pitch today. This portion of the match is brought to you by Bell Bank, a family and employee-owned bank. So Vigilante will receive further attention. He's played every minute thus far for MNUFC 2. Fantastic addition to this side. We've seen him in the final third, has 3 shot setups tonight, more than anybody else on his team. Able to see the full field ever so well, as he will be brought off to clear the necessary protocols. The training staff and the home faithful show their support. Great to see him walking off on his own power. Just a very scary moment. And after the lengthy stoppage, the referee will allow play to resume. So Minnesota will temporarily play with 10. No substitutions used as of yet by either side. Vigilante will go through the necessary checkups on the sideline. If it's judged to be a concussion, MNUFC 2 will get an additional substitution on top of their 5. Plus, next pro teams allowed up to 2 concussion substitutes per game. As at the bottom of your screen, Sam Vigilante trots back on. A great sight to see. The host back to full strength. Vigilante already in the thick of it. Instead, it was won by Nick Dang. Dang, a defender with goal-scoring prowess. Had 6 goals last year at the Division I NCAA level, 6 the year previous, which was the most by a defender in all of NCAA. Had over 6,000 minutes in his college career with UVA and Lipscomb. Caldera. First-time shot is a low, driven effort, fallen on top of by Demora. Lovely distribution that is. Deserved a better first touch from Gonçalves. Well, the modern goalkeeper is always asked to be able to play those 30, 40-yard passes consistently and at speed. And a slicing volley like that is always a real treat to watch as it sails through the air. Incredibly difficult technique. Pulled off effortlessly by Demora. Fixed. A lot of space to switch the point of attack. Vigilante is there. Had option in support, and the shot dragged wide by Tarnu. Whistle sounds on the far side. Appeals for another yellow card. Still just the one thus far. Whipped in, headed on, and nobody at the back post. The header a little too strong. That's because there was a touch on it from a defender. Just the second of the night for the visitors. Driven to the front post. Found its way across goal. Slade Starnes couldn't put it back in the danger area. Elsewhere around the league, Orlando have the deficit against Fire 2. 2-1 in favor of Chicago in that match. As Red Bull New York 2 take an early 1-0 lead over Columbus Crew 2. Nate Worth in the 19th minute. As the first change of the match sees Daniel Barron on. Leandro Gonçalves as this one deflects toward goal. Demora was reaching for it. Goes out for a throw. Just making sure, but likely too close for comfort. Vigilante on the cross, and then it takes a deflection off the defender. And enough spin on it to take it away. And a nervy moment at the back for North Texas. Garcia wins the first header. James able to get there. Now going to go the other way at pace. 3-on-2 opportunity for North Texas. Square to the knee side for Edu Nice. Defender goes down. Nice all alone. Stymied. Christus Bita stands tall and gets 2 palms to it. Here's another look at it. It's a great ball. In stride. Maybe a little bit behind Edu Nice. Has to bring it back in front and then just went for power. Didn't pick a corner. First save of the match for the 19-year-old Latvian Christus Bita. As he will comfortably claim the corner kick and start the counter. This match really starting to open up now. Fitz. Trying to force Freeman in behind. Some contact off the ball there, and the referee spotted it. Freeman was pulled back a little bit on the far side. Too far away from the ball for the referee's liking.
Substitutions for NNUFC 2 in the 64th minute. Leading the game, number 36, Jacob Friedman. And entering the game, number 14, Kenya Mitchell.
Jacob Freeman, his last action of the night. Brought off for Kenya Mitchell. Shannon Bernard as well substituted for Mo Bojang.
The 61st minute for North Texas SC. Leading the game, number 14, Leandro Gonzalez.
So a very attacking-minded change this for Fernando Adi and the hosts. Into the area, and that's an easy one for Demora. Already tied for 4th in saves made in MLS Next Pro. Barron, Chicago native, getting his first few touches of the match. Was called up to the Poland youth national team after lifting MLS Next Pro Cup in 2024. Caldera with new options to pick out and the pass intercepted. James goes down. Referee not interested. And sportingly kicked out of play by Dominic Fitz. It looked like James might have got a touch on it. John Gall irate in his technical area, wanting a foul. It is technically North Texas throw. We'll see if they decide to sportingly give it back to the hosts. Portion of the match is brought to you by the experts at Alina Health, an altogether better kind of healthcare. Learn more at alinahealth.org. As the throw is sportingly given back to the hosts. Always nice to highlight the sportsmanship. The competitiveness at this level, players fighting for their dream to play pro soccer, to climb the ladder, to be the next name to succeed in that path to pro. Always time for sportsmanship. James does ever so well. Garcia, no foul this time. Vigilante back for Fitz. Randall on the near side now. We saw him on that left channel for most of the first half, but that's where Kenya Mitchell prefers to play. Mitchell, a champion of the CONCACAF Central American Cup with LD Alajuelense. As Nick Dang will unleash the trebuchet once again. Starnes first to it. Vigilante, square ball, crossed in front, and Starnes there again. Skipper doing all the work defensively to cut the danger out that time. Despite that big chance for Edunise at the other end, it has been once again a little bit of one-way traffic. MNUFC 2 getting down the field but not getting the end product. Randall trying to change that, nearly intercepted. Push and go from Anderson Ferris. So he's crossed out with Nice, once again, somehow able to escape any situation he's put in. 3 defenders around him and keeps his composure. Spins away. Barron appeals for handball. The referee saw it. Stuck out that left foot, and the bounce surprised him.
Substitution for North Texas SC in the 70th minute.
Another change for head coach John Gall.
Leading the game,
The referee will allow it a time. And he will. Christopher Salazar brought off up top. His drought for his first goal of the season continues. Ian Charles, the defender, instead will come on. Likely a bit of a formation switch here for North Texas. Fitz. Won't get a chance to see this one develop. Instead, Ian Charles slotting into midfield in a bit of a double pivot role, it looks like, with Timothy Ospina. Vigilante, though, plays right through it, left behind by Mitchell. So the visitor's really going to overload the center third. Is it a case of too many cooks in the kitchen? Have to find the spaces. MNUFC 2 isn't giving them very much. Foul called. Ian Charles does enough. Charles, formerly the captain of the FC Dallas U18 team. Played 1 year with UCLA and won the Big Ten. Randall sees the diagonal run. Space for Fitz to square it. Instead, all the way into the box. Caldera nearly climbed the ladder. Still alive. Cut back. Here's Vigilante over the bar. Just a heavy first touch there. Took away a lot of his own angle. Caldera didn't get a definitive mark on it. And then it worked out quite nicely for Vigilante. Actually, it wasn't that bad of a first touch. Got it enough in front of him so he didn't take away his angle and then just went for power. May have picked his head up right at the end just to see that one sail high. Baron with a nice move and gets his defender to bite. Squares it for Edu Nice, deflected and over the bar. His match has suddenly become wide open. It's another good first touch. It's the left leg of the defender to send it over the bar. Awkward one to deal with, chested down. One right back by North Texas. Nice again has to find his way through trouble. Referee says visitors throw. Minnesota didn't think so. No whistle that time. Here's Caldera trying to unleash the speed of Kenyo Mitchell. The crowd rises to its feet. Rendell at the back post barking for it. Mitchell drives inside, lays it back for Fitz, and there it is! Minnesota have their breakthrough through Dominic Fitz. A blistering counterattack, 1-0 in favor of the hosts. A perfect ball for Kenyo Mitchell. The defender nearly got there. And the touch takes him wide, but he does ever so well to keep his composure, constantly scanning. Look at how his head is up. He's not looking down, dribbling at the defender. He's waiting for the delayed run. Dominic Fitz provides it, and it's a perfect finish into the far side netting. His first goal of the season. With a quarter of an hour to go, Jews are in the driver's seat.
Scoring for him at UFC 2 in the 74th minute, number 7, Dominic Fitz. Assisted by number 14, Kenyon.
Well, it really has been Minnesota taking their time in the final third, recycling passes, waiting to find the right moment. But it's on the counter where they get their goal. Marcus Caldera again turned provider. He shifted a little bit deeper into midfield. I've seen him centrally all night, and that pass is threaded through wonderfully for Kenyo Mitchell. Substitute with fresh legs, able to close down the angle. That first touch took him wide. And does ever so well to correct it. And it is a difficult skill as a winger to have your head up when you're dribbling. Being able to know where the ball is without looking at it. Being able to drive at a defender while constantly keeping the peripherals open. That's how he was able to find the pass for his second assist of the season. That one died in the air. Mora didn't get it clear. Now North Texas getting numbers forward here. Eunice has found some space. Sees the challenge coming, and it's a clean one. Well done by Randall on the defensive end. And now Nice trying to play defense of his own. Shrugged off of it. A big momentum sway. In the final 14 minutes, 13 minutes and change. That's a poor mistake. Edenise in the box, trying to do it all himself. Doesn't get the shot away cleanly. Real let off there for Minnesota. How about the skill to open this one up? Space on the far side. It's a beautiful ball through. A chance to double the advantage. Mitchell showing short. Instead, the overlapping run played in. Falls to Mitchell anyways. And now Vigilante for Randall. Good stop. Darius Randall went for power. Eric Zamora had the positioning. This time, you can see there's not as much scanning this time around. The head stays fixed looking at the defender. Falls back to Vigilante. Thought he may have a go. It's a great find for Randall. One touch out of his feet and a second to strike. Eric Demora does very well to get there, as the hunt for his first clean sheet of the season will go on. Fitz the goal scorer. Drawn up corner. A half-hearted attempt at the bicycle kick. Instead, Vigilante will shield it for the throw. This portion of the match is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. Tried and true blue. So if this result holds, MNUFC 2 will leapfrog North Texas in the table and climb up to 12th place. Rather, 12 points to be 4th place, pardon me, in the Western Conference. Still a lot of time left, though. North Texas, again, they've seen the lion's share of promising chances on the counter, but with that addition of Ian Charles in midfield, will they try and slow things down a little bit? For now, they have a few chances to do that, but as the time winds down, those chances will become few and far between. Referee sees the foul coming out. Again, just the one yellow card thus far tonight. And a physical contest, but not an overly out of sorts one. Ospina. There's that high intensity from Minnesota again. A trademark for the Twos this season.
Substitutions for MNUFC 2 in the 81st minute.
Sam Vigilante will see his evening come to a close after an excellent day at the office. Jabari Kibisu will make his 4th appearance of the season. Darius Randall as well, with a great night, will be brought off in place of Issa Saidi. Saidi, the Zambian academy product, has appeared in nearly every match off the bench this season, as he did last year. 300 minutes in 16 appearances, just one of them a start, but did manage to get a goal. Intercepted by Ferris. Spoke earlier about the academy players making up the spine of this MNUFC team and the path to pro in MLS Next Pro, and Coach Fernando Andy speaking to the strength of Anderson Ferris this week, saying he's a very special player. He started this counter, and he stayed forward as well. Ferris goes down. Referee not interested. It's the greed and the meanness from number 95, said his head coach Fernando Adi, that sets him apart. Usually not a compliment, but as far as defenders go, high praise, certainly. He wants to play guys that are faster, stronger, more experienced, and rise to the challenge. Very kind words from his head coach for the academy product that has started almost every match this year. That one unable to be kept in touch. 84th minute now. Time winding away. Elsewhere in the league, Red Bulls 2 have scored a second over Columbus, as St. Louis City 2 have their first over Ventura County. Vancouver and Columbus will kick off in a little over an hour, and then Tacoma, LAFC 2 in the late game. All matches available on MLSNextPro.com and the OneFootball app. Low cross, easily dealt with. Minnesota, though, keeping numbers forward. Not keen to rest on their laurels. They have to be careful not to send too many bodies up, though, and expose themselves on the counterattack. Kibisu. Dang. Out wide for Fitz. The match winner as it stands. Pacoda. Pacoda makes his run forward. A lot of positive movement off the ball for Minnesota. And Pacoda is onside. Has space to pick out a teammate. Excellent ball in. And the header just over the bar from Marcus Caldera. That would have likely been the insurance goal. Nobody's picked him up. Again, all that movement off the ball is forward for the twos. And Caldera makes his run just a little bit early. You see he has to check back into the path of the ball. Tries to overcompensate a little bit with the power. It's right down the middle, but it's over the bar. Zach Malomo will make his first appearance of the season, taking off Timmy Ospina. Malomo with 6 appearances last year. Made his debut the year before against Dynamo Dos, and has appeared for the U.S. Youth National Team at both the U15 and U17 level. Into the box and too much underneath it. Vita will use all of his 8 seconds. One of the new additions to the laws of the game. Of course, MLS Next Pro pioneered 2 law changes as well, the time substitution and the injury rule. That will be on display at the World Cup this year. Mitchell. Not a great clearance. Caldera went down off the ball as he slowly gets back up. 88th minute now. Is there time for a leveler? Minnesota certainly won't let off the pressure. Malomo. Barron. Substitutes combines. A good ball towards James. Just in front of him. Ferris had to clear it twice. First one blocked, the second out for a throw. Oh, that might be a penalty. It is. A chance in the 89th minute for the visitors to level it. A yellow card as well to add insult to injury for Issa Saidi. Tried to clear the ball and got all of the player in front of him. North Texas in the dying embers with a chance to force the shootout. It's very clever movement to step in front of the defender as he's going to clear the ball. He doesn't even see the attacker coming over the right shoulder on his blind side. And now Natty James will have to keep his nerve in search of his 5th of the season from 12 yards. Saved! It's saved by Christus Bita. Raucous applause from the home faithful. Danger still not clear. Anywhere will do. And now maybe a chance to break, if not for the interception. Contreras. Blocked by Pacoda. Falls back to him as he goes over and wins the free kick. Christus Bita with his 6th save of the season, and none better than this one. Slow, measured run-up, and the stutter step from Natty James doesn't get the goalkeeper to budge. It's a top-tier stop. 90 minutes have come and gone. There will be 5 more added on. Bita wins this one through traffic. And contact as well. The 19-year-old Latvian making his best stop of the year thus far, maybe his best stop of the season. Dozens of matches to go, but still, that is right up there. And how important could that be as well to swing the momentum for MNUFC 2? They get revenge against Colorado for last year's Western Conference Championships with a 2-1 win last time out and a brace inside 2 minutes for Marcus Caldera. And Dominic Fitz with a strike in the 74th minute against the 2024 MLS Next Pro champions. As Minnesota continue to surge up the Western Conference standings. Job not done for the hosts. Nice robbed of possession. Caldera. A lot of space on that far side. Instead played back toward Caldera. Not a convincing header. Fighting for it and winning it. Stumbling, staying alive. Still Caldera and under hits the square ball. Caldera once again playing provider. Plenty of numbers forward. Ferris wins the second. And he'll go to the corner. We have 2.5 minutes to go at a minimum. No quick restart this time. One more change.
From MNUFC 2 in the 90th minute plus 3 minutes. Leading the game, number 7,
Dominic Fitz with a man of the match worthy performance and the lone goal thus far. Taken off in place of Max Harwood. Just 16 years of age. Started most of his appearances this year, but given a little bit of rest. It was a incredibly intensive work week for Minnesota on the training ground. And when head coach Fernando Adi looked at the numbers, he saw the pure speed of Max Harwood. It stuck out to him. They could use that speed now on the counter. Lovely bit of skill from Kibisu, and that'll certainly be at least a free kick. And there will be further punishment as well. I think that is a second yellow. It is. Jonah Bigger is dismissed, and North Texas will finish the match with 10. There's only been 2 yellow cards the whole night, and he's gotten both of them. A tactical foul to stop the fast break, and will serve suspension next time out.
Yellow card caution issued to number 12, Jonah Bigger, resulting.
He will be unavailable for North Texas as they return home to host Austin next time out, which means the next match he'll be available for, funny enough, is the rematch against Minnesota in 2 weeks. Caldera plays through the jersey tug. 3 white shirts hound him. Looks like his throw, and it is. Harwood fighting for it, so to Natty James. Intercepted by Harwood. And now Kibisu to the other corner. 95 minutes have come and gone. Whistle sounds. Kibisu pops right up. That was, in fact, the full-time whistle. Minnesota make it 2 in a row. A clean sheet against the 2024 champs and 10-man North Texas. A penalty save down the final stretch and a game-winning goal in the 74th minute by Dominic Fitz to seal all 3 points. So, of course, the man of the match performance for the game-winning goal is Dominic Fitz of MNUFC 2 and is presented by Adidas. The counter-attack led by Marcus Caldera, the playmaker for the large portion of this match. Played the ball to the far side for Kenyel Mitchell, who used his speed to burn the North Texas back line. The sliding challenge just a little bit behind the ball, and there's work to do here again for Mitchell, but look at how he scans cleverly, intelligently, waiting for that delayed run as Dominic Fitz checks to it. Touch to settle, a second to strike, and the ball in the side netting. Lone goal of the match in the 74th minute, and his first of 2020. That'll do it for the first meeting of the season between Minnesota and North Texas. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Phil Galati. Once again, the final score, MNU FC 2 with the 1-0 victory over North Texas SC. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.